very inexperienced in terms of the seamers. Carl Mumba and Charlton Chuma, who are opening the bowling. Carl Mumba just into his fourth ODI. Charlton Chuma, of course, on debut. The other seamer, Donald Tiripano, just 33 matches for him.
Again, just waiting for that ball to come on as it was pitched a shade short. Rode that well, rode the bounce, and got himself another single. Control shot from Tamim Iqbal.
Comparing to Bangladesh bowlers, they've got, look at that, Mashrafi Murtaza, the captain, 219 matches. Shafiul Islam, 60. Another seamer coming in today, Alamin Hussain, just 15. So, massive difference with regards to experience. Matches played at this level. But a good opportunity for these young Zimbabwean bowlers. Show what they can do. Charlton Chuma has been impressive so far today. We had a good look at him during the test match. And he played 6 first-class games as well before that test match, so very inexperienced at that level. Certainly one to look to for the future for Zimbabwe.
Oh, again, almost squaring him up. This guy is bowling very well. He has not allowed the batsman to settle down. And that's been evidenced by some good bowling, just like that. You see, just closing his bat at the last moment, got virtually the edge, the leading edge, and could have gone anywhere. So a lot of encouragement, moral victory for the bowler. With this kind of a track, these two, the two opening bowlers for Zimbabwe, will be pretty happy that it's not a belter of a wicket, conducive for batting. Something in it for them. Yes, that problem they've had, but this time they got away with that one down the leg side. 5 overs done, 21 without loss.
শরীফ ভাই,
হ্যাঁ
ব্যবসা কেমন চলে?
চলে।
লোকজন এত কম কেন?
সব আকাশে। এই জিরজির আর কত দেখবো?
তাহলে তুমিও নাও।
হ্যাঁ।
খরচ কেমন জামাই?
মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা।
এত কমে এত ঝকঝকা ছবি?
আর পছন্দ মতো আকাশ সাজাতে অ্যাড অন প্যাক।
তাই
আপনার সাধ্যের মধ্যে এখন আকাশ লাইট 20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Well, the Bangladeshi batsmen have not been allowed to get away with it. It's some disciplined bowling by the Zimbabwean opening bowlers has resulted in some circumspection from the two batsmen.
So on the left is pitch in the first ODI. Right is the one today. Just got a bit more grass, slightly longer from the cut from the groundsman. As we get further up, you'll see that a lot more areas with greenness. I won't be able to see it on there, but when I was out there earlier, certainly a lot darker than the pitch in the ODI a couple of days ago. Beautiful from Tamim Iqbal, slightly overpitched. And, the full face back past the bowler.
That's classic Tamim Iqbal shot. As you said, slightly overpitched, and is moving forward, is driving down the line, the full face of the ball. Bat, it couldn't be more delectable than that. Pleasure to watch that race away to the boundary. Little bit of a worry now for the bowler. Where does he pitch the next delivery? Trying to bowl it wider, and this time it's threaded through the covers. Wide, and Tamim Iqbal is not going to miss out on that. Excites the crowd with that boundary.
Baptism of fire for young Charlton Chuma. Quality player is Tamim Iqbal. You cannot afford to give him an inch, because he'll take a meter. This is again slightly overpitched, a bit wider, and Nobody had extra cover, taking advantage of that gap. Mtawadzi goes into that position now, plugging the offside.
Pressure on the bowlers, but he does well, and so does Tamim Iqbal. Is just going forward, soft hands, not enough pace on the ball to take it quickly to the fielder, and allows the batsman to scamper through. Good running between the wickets.
So important that when you do get the boundary balls to put them away, but to be able to drop and run like this as well, that causes even more headaches for Sean Williams, the captain and the bowler. Because the right hand, left hand combination. Bowler's got to change his radar again. Fielder's got to change. Good cricket.
And might be headaches for the bowler, but even with the left-right combination, bowlers from either end have not been deterred by the attacking strokes, and they've fallen back into line well. They've come back with some disciplined deliveries, and that's what you got to do. You cannot allow the batsman to sort of put you off your radar and make you do things out of the ordinary. Stick to the basics. More often than not, they pay off. More sedate from Liton Dash. And what about that? As I said, there's a little sedate. He plays a wonderful looking drive through the covers for 4 runs to finish over number 6. 34 without loss.
I'm done. ভালো আছি ভালো আরে
আকাশের ঠিকানায় বিলটাও দিও।
এটা কোনো ব্যাপার না ডার্লিং। লেটস সি।
আপনার আকাশের বিল দিন যে কোনো মোবাইল ওয়ালেট অথবা ডেবিট বা ক্রেডিট কার্ডে। 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Suddenly, the run rate has shot up. Last 18 balls, 7.6 runs per over, and 23 runs, as you can see, which included 5 hits to the boundary. The team at the moment going at 5.67 runs per over. Looking a little ominous for the Zimbabwean bowlers. From the edge of the crease, angles that ball in. Very nicely done. Well-controlled delivery.
Liton Das. Last ball in the last over. He hasn't even hit that. He's just opened the face. The man catching at extra cover. Man at cover on the circle, but all he's done is just open the face, push it into that gap. 1, it shows the quality of the surface they're playing on. 2, super quick outfield.
And 3, wonderful timing and placement. That's perfect. Oh, now deviating down the leg side. Can't afford to do that. All you need to do is tickle it around, glance it fine, and get yourself another boundary.
Talked about him coming around the wickets, the left-handers, trying to tuck Tamim Iqbal up. This time he's gone 2 straight. Got a little inside edge. Iqbal. Fine of that man at 45, because there's a man now who's back at deep backward square. So boundaries starting to come thick and fast for Bangladesh. Partnership 38 balls.
Mumba gets back into line, but it's past him. Whoa! What happened? There was a deflection and went on and hit the wickets now. Was Liton Dash within his crease when that happened? We'll have a check on that one. Be very unfortunate if he's caught short.
Yeah. Didn't look very confident either. Tamim Iqbal asked him, and he's gone. And that's really unfortunate for Liton Das. firmly struck back up the pitch by Tamim Iqbal. It ricochets, I think, off the hands of Carl Mumba. And does try desperately to get back into his ground, but unfortunately just short.
Oh, it's these kind of dismissals that really annoy a batsman. Just a deflection, not intentional, but it deflected away, ricocheting off the hands onto the stumps. And Liton Das was backing up too far down the wicket, as hasn't had the time to get back within his crease. And well, it's sad, but that's cricket for you. He is out. Liton Das really looked very good till he got run out by Mumba for 9. It's 38 for 1. Najmul Hussain Shanto comes in for his 5th match. Bangladesh have lost their first wicket. Very unfortunate circumstances, Liton Das. Backing up a little too far down. He was trying to catch the ball. It deflected off the right inner part of the wrist, and much to the regret of Liton Das, he just couldn't scamper back, extended his bat. The ball was quicker to the wickets, and he had to go. Well, that's straight, and it's not going to find the gap. They get a single. But Zimbabwe could do with that wicket, because both the batsmen were looking very, very powerful.
Yeah. Trying to do it again, Tamim. Batsmen have got to make sure they're behind that popping crease until the ball goes back past the stumps. Yeah, rather unfortunate for Liton Das, but Zimbabwe will take it. Run rate at 5.7. Both of them have got going pretty nicely in the last 2 overs.
Look at the last ball he bowled. Again, an opportunity maybe. Well, this time I think batsman was aware of that fact. Tentative push, beaten the bat. 7 overs done. 39 for 1.
পরিবেশটা খুব সুন্দর, শুধু আমার খেলাটা ঝিরছে।
এই যে
এখানেও আকাশ।
আকাশ কি শুধু তোমার ঢাকার? আকাশ সবার।
যে কোনো জায়গায় 40টারও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Seven overs completed, 39 for 1. That was a crazy run out last over. Very unfortunate for Liton Das, the non-striker's end. Bowling change. Donald Tirapano coming into the attack. Plenty of boundaries. 8 boundaries in this power play so far. 32 of the 39 runs have come in 4s. They're going to need a really good spell here. Try and finish this power play strong. Tamim has looked amazing, and he keeps on going. Another lovely stroke off the pads.
Good afternoon, John. Good afternoon, all. He's been quite severe. Anything on the pads, he's put it away. Perhaps could have been a little bit better effort to stop that, but once it gets through, the ball will eventually go on to the boundary. You talk about boundaries, he's hit 7 last match, the first ODI. Tamim Iqbal put 15 in the first 31 deliveries with 1 boundary. And just what Neil Mackenzie has asked for from Tamim Iqbal. I had a quiet word with Tamim Iqbal, and he said, okay, everything is fine. They scored 44 in the first 10 overs in the first one international. Umpires for today, Paul Rifle from Australia in his 70th ODI, and with him is Masudur Rahman, the local lad from Bangladesh, standing in his 8th ODI, officiating the match. Yeah, just going back to Tamim Iqbal, 44 in the first 10 overs, and he had a quiet word with him, and he said everything is fine with Tamim. What I would like to see from is maybe a couple of more boundaries in that 10 overs. Opens up his account.
And he's been a class player for such a long time, and he's rested a touch recently, but he's back, and just give him a bit of a chance. We know he's a big player, and there's obviously big pressures in international cricket, but he is one of the biggest batsmen they've ever produced, this country.
Spot on. You know, he's already his 7-4, so he's more than capable of doing that. 24 of 43 in that first ODI. Extra bounce, and now he's moved very quickly to 35 of 30 deliveries now with that single. And if you're capable of doing that, then why not just play your normal game? There you go, extra bounce. We've seen that ball bouncing a little bit more, not just on 1 or 2 occasions, but a couple of occasions.
Shows you there is something in there for the bowlers on more than a few occasions. Full and driven beautifully. Shantu, what a great shot that is through extra cover. That's his first boundary. What a glorious stroke.
Yeah, he's another youngster who's impressed me. The way he bats, the way his approach is. Look at that shot. That is a beautiful shot from the left-hander. Just leans into it, did not want to hit it too hard, but gets into a really good balance, the head position, and then the right elbow really up to finish the shot.
Quick single, turned down. This time a really good one. 11 from it, 50 for 1.
আকাশ লাইট এখন মাত্র 249 টাকা।
20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
আকাশ লাইট এখন মাত্র 249 টাকা।
20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Talked about all those boundaries, 10 of them. 50 up for Bangladesh and eighth over. Full airborne and cleared the field once again, running away for another boundary.
Dealing in boundaries at the moment, Tamim Iqbal is proving a point here. Yes, I can certainly pick up not just 2 in the first 10. I'll keep on picking up boundaries once I get an opportunity. Nicely played. Yes, it was in the air, but he was in control. And he knew that it was towards the gap. In the air, 4 more. This is what the batting consultant from Bangladesh, Neil Mackenzie, has asked for.
Pulled away for another boundary. Back-to-back boundaries here. Tamim, he's on fire.
Just at the last moment, it looked like he it looked like that he might have been in a bit of a bother, but in the end, well played. Yeah, and to just take the eyes off the ball at the very last moment, but played it down into the ground. That was the key. Moves on very quickly to 43 now.
Another drive, beautifully hit, but this time stopped in the cover region. And you just look around. Zimbabwe 1-0 down in this series, and at the moment they have not started very well with the bat. Excuse me, with the ball. Just looking right now, a bit despondent at this point in time. Boundaries are flying past them left and right, and batting side loving life at the moment.
12 boundaries already. It's only the 9th over. Now, they've been disappointing with the ball, for sure. And you would think that on a surface like this, and also a day like this, a seamer would enjoy bowling in these conditions. But you got to pick up the right line and the length. Otherwise, this is what's going to happen. Pulled by Tamim Iqbal down the leg side, a bit of an inside edge. Lovely shot down the ground. That's another very good cover drive onto the pads, flicks it away. There's a bowled all over the place, but this has been good batting. He's kept it pretty simple.
Quick single, comfortably home. Brilliant, lovely rotation of the strike there. We know he's hit it cleanly for plenty of boundaries, but now the field is just sitting a bit deeper in the ring, and Tamim was aware to the fact, and he set off for a quick single. Very smart batting, good urgency. That's what we've seen. We know he's up for the fight here, and this is Zimbabwe needed to bounce back off that convincing loss they took in the first ODI. 69 runs they lost by, so a huge margin in that first ODI. Good bowling. That's a better finish to it. 9 runs from it. Another good one from Bangladesh. 59 for 1.
কি দেখো?
আকাশটা কি ঝকঝকে পরিষ্কার।
তাই দেখি দেখি। ও হ্যাঁ, 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি চ্যানেল সহ দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা।
কি? তুমি না।
এই চলো না একটা রোমান্টিক মুভি দেখে ফেলি।
চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Well, it's been Tamim Iqbal's show here so far. A very eventful 9 overs. Second ODI. Bangladesh, great position coming to the end of the power play. Whipped away. This is a really good little partnership here. Shantu just getting himself in, and Tamim really taking the pressure off.
Nice to see him in this sort of a form, because he's gone without a 50 in the last 7 matches before this one. Tamim Iqbal, last 7 ODIs. So he'll be also hoping to get back in some sort of form with the bat, and this is a beautiful start from him. Looks very set on 45, very organized.
Oh, good delivery. Appeal nipping back. Oh, they're going to go upstairs. They're having a look at each other, skipper, but it doesn't seem like they're too interested.
We'll have to wait and see whether it's come off the bat. It has. Yes, that is his 50. That's a very well made 50 from Tamim Iqbal. Went without a 50 in the last 7 ODIs.
শরীফ ভাই
হ্যাঁ
ব্যবসা কেমন চলে?
চলে
লোকজন এত কম কেন?
সব আকাশে। এই জিরজির আর কত দেখবো?
তাহলে তুমিও নাও।
হ্যাঁ।
খরচ কেমন জামাই?
মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা।
এত কমে এত ঝকঝকা ছবি?
আর পছন্দ মতো আকাশ সাজাতে অ্যাড অন প্যাক।
তাই
আপনার সাধ্যের মধ্যে এখন আকাশ লাইট 20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
A pair of run-outs. Other than that, they haven't looked like getting out, to be fair. Haven't been troubled that much by the bowlers, but it's dual spin now. Raza's coming from Simpson Purified Water End. 99th game. Economy pretty good. And below 5 to the over. He tried some leg spinners the other day, a couple of off spinners. They've gone for double spin now. The seamers have disappeared. Running needs to be sharp here. They cannot afford to lose another big player to a run out.
I mean, this is a time where Zimbabwe needs to put a bit more pressure on Bangladesh, knowing that Mushfiqur Rahim has just come on to bat. They've lost 2 wickets, both run-outs. And especially when he comes on strike, I would like to see maybe a slip in place, maybe one more fielder in the catching position. But Tamim Iqbal was the one who wanted that run desperately. He was out of the crease right from the word go. Big misunderstanding. Nazmul Hussain Shanto was never interested. Never, ever. He's still standing. And then, yes and no. Big misunderstanding and resulting in that run out.
Looked a bit becalmed when he hit that ball. He wasn't really aware or anticipating the chance of a run. Tamim was sharp to it, didn't respond. One on the hip gets him underway, off the mark. But the seamers really did struggle out here this morning. Really did struggle. Plenty of hittable deliveries. They're the boundaries. Over-pitched and short. Have a look at that. In the slot, balls full driven, leg side as well, 2 of them. The short got put away as well. Just wasn't good enough gathering of deliveries there at any stage, going at more than a boundary at over at times. Huge power play.
Yeah, Douglas Hondo, the bowling coach for Zimbabwe, will not be happy to see that. They bowl all over the place, as you just mentioned. And look at the boundary balls in the slot. So you got to pull the length back in that good length area, a little bit wide. And if you put it on the good length area, there's always trouble for the batsman. I got to bowl a little bit more straighter. It's a lot of work to be done by the bowlers.
Single, no single, misunderstanding once again. That's the over up, 69 for 2.
ছাদটা খুব মিস করব, আকাশটাও।
আরে বাসা বদলালেও আকাশ তো আর বদলাবে না কি?
যেখানেই যান আপনার আকাশ সাথে নিয়ে যান। 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Oh, he's run it fine. Lovely touch. Used the pace of the bowler. Big chase on, and yes, great work there by the fielder. They're coming back for 3.
Yeah, he's the sort of a player, when you see him in this kind of a form, he will want to convert this into a big 100. And this is what the power play. Tamim Iqbal was severe, anything short. Some lovely touch from the right-hander Liton Das, but he was run out in that fashion. Very, very unlucky. Ricocheting off the bowler's hand. And then changing direction. Look at the angle. And hits the middle stump. Funny game. Yeah. He wouldn't be quite amused with the way he got himself dismissed. Back live. And it's important for Zimbabwe because they know that they have to win this match to stay alive in the series. Already one down in a 3-match series. And the way he has batted so far, it looks like the Bangladesh will be again looking to go beyond 300.
Oh, wonderful work by the youngster off his own bowling, full length. What you got to do out there. Every run is gold dust. Every delivery is an event. Wonderful there from the bowler. Actually whipped with the wrists. Time just goes at a runner ball. Yeah, he stay well ahead of his strike rate. He's going at 116 at the moment, and if he just bats through these middle overs, and with 10-15 to go, he really can make some hay. He's gone a long way across his stumps there. You could actually see leg stump when he played that stroke.
Yeah, because he plays so deep in his crease. Watches it till the very end. Yeah, can turn out to be an LBW candidate, but he has to miss it. Got to finish the overs. Bangladesh 75 for 2.
আকাশ লাইট এখন মাত্র 249 টাকা।
20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
আকাশ লাইট এখন মাত্র 249 টাকা।
20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Tamim's running's been a little bit worrying here. You know, you just look at it with the non-striker. He went charging down the wicket once again there. Not helping the palpitations at the striker's end at the moment. Down he comes. No run.
Yeah, you just have to calm down a bit more. Keep calm and carry on. Tamim Iqbal. You mentioned about without a 50 in the last 7 ODIs. Well bowled, trying to play it on the onside, getting the leading edge. But he's been also missing out on getting 100. ODI 100. The last time Tamim Iqbal scored was way back in 2018. But that was against the Windies when he smashed 103 of 124, 20th July 2018. 24 matches gone without 100. But certainly the way he has batted today, it seems that he can turn things in his favor to pick up another ODI 100.
Great stroke, back foot. It's just a single though. But right, so he's had a bit of a dry patch. He's, you say, struggled to get those big conversions. He's got himself in on a number of occasions, but just needs to go on. We know what he's capable of. He's an absolute superstar. Bit of a long ball, fumbled. Better over. 3 from it for Zimbabwe. 78 for 2.
শরীফ ভাই,
হ্যাঁ
ব্যবসা কেমন চলে?
চলে।
লোকজন এত কম কেন?
সব আকাশে। এই জিরজির আর কত দেখবো?
তাহলে তুমিও নাও।
হ্যাঁ।
খরচ কেমন জামাই?
মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা।
এত কমে এত ঝকঝকা ছবি?
আর পছন্দ মতো আকাশ সাজাতে অ্যাড অন প্যাক।
তাই
আপনার সাধ্যের মধ্যে এখন আকাশ লাইট। 20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
platform for Bangladesh despite the loss of those 2 wickets. Run-outs. Contrasting run-outs, you'd have to say. One, the most unfortunate way to get out in the game. Flick at the non-striker's end. The other was a clear mix-up. 2 batsmen at the same end. Innings has all been about one man at the moment, Tamim Iqbal. Yes, maybe he has the run out of Nazmul Hussain Shanto in his mind, but he can make up for it with runs of his own for the team scores. At the end of it, it's whether or not Bangladesh get to a big total. Moment the 2 spinners bowling in tandem are doing a decent job. At least Wesley Madevre, who's been very, very impressive. Punched off the back foot. The protection down there. Good afternoon, Tino Mawoy. All the talk about Tamim Iqbal. I have to be very impressed by the continued efforts of the young man in his second one-day international.
Afternoon, Gautam. Quality player. For snippets of him with the bat the other evening. Bowled a considerable number of overs as well. Come today and he started well. Young, bundle of energy. Good cricketer. 15 overs gone. 83 for 2.
I'm done. ভালো আছি ভালো আরে
আকাশের ঠিকানায় বিলটাও দিও।
এটা কোনো ব্যাপার না ডার্লিং। লেটস সি।
আপনার আকাশের বিল দিন যে কোনো মোবাইল ওয়ালেট অথবা ডেবিট বা ক্রেডিট কার্ডে। 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
So a bit of variety from Sikandar Raza in the first one-day international. Keeping things a little straighter, more conventional this time around. This time around a little loop, but Mushfiqur Rahim gets the better of it. That's a trademark stroke, and they love it in the stands here.
There was a man back at the boundary, but he's very square, Gautam, and I wonder why. Because Mushfiq hasn't hit that ball all that much in front of cover. Yes, it has gone in front, but you would expect with an off-spinner turning the ball into the right-hander for that man on the boundary to be a lot straighter. If he had hit it along that same line, gone before, that last ball would have been all right. That man just needs to be a bit straighter. That cover boundary. But Tamim, he's been good today.
Yeah, right from the time he's been pulling, flicking, and of course the drives have been there. Absolutely picture perfect. Just take your pick which strokes you prefer, but I think if you had to really look at a full package, you'd pick the cover drives. Certainly as far as Tamim Iqbal is concerned, he'll just tell himself it's the runs that matter. It's 89 for 2.
পরিবেশটা সুন্দর না? কি কোনো হইচই আছে?
পরিবেশটা খুব সুন্দর। শুধু আমার খেলাটা ঝিরছে।
এই যে
এখানেও আকাশ।
আকাশ কি শুধু তোমার ঢাকার? আকাশ সবার।
যে কোনো জায়গায় 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Ready, this partnership just starting to flourish now. Spinners are doing well, is getting through their overs quickly. Run rate hovering around 5.5. The onus always on the batsman at a period like that to make sure that the strike is being rotated. Otherwise, you have spinners who like to bowl their overs quickly, and you suddenly find yourself going through a 5, 6, 7 over period, having just scored about 25 runs, even if you haven't lost a wicket.
Looking to glide that past Brendan Taylor, short third man. Nicely played. The shot that he plays well. Normally not so early in his innings. Normally does that when he's been out there for a while, gauged the surface and how it's playing, but no risk at all with this stroke. Acres of space behind square on the offside. Intelligently played.
Yeah, that was the key, the acres of space. No point taking that risk if there's going to be no reward. In this case, the reward was the boundary. He saw there was plenty of room there. Yes, he's hitting against the turn. He's made the bowler think now. Changed his line to over the wicket. This time he just deposited it for a single. Good contest between bat and ball here.
Just about to say, war of attrition between these two. Get Mushfiq quiet from closing out, bowling around the wicket. Mushfiq then countered with the reverse sweep, got a boundary and forced the bowler to come over the wicket. Opened up the onside for him to get the singles. Good cricket. Good finish to the over by Madhya. 17 gone, 95 for 2.
শরীফ ভাই,
হ্যাঁ
ব্যবসা কেমন চলে?
চলে।
লোকজন এত কম কেন?
সব আকাশে। এই ঝিরঝির আর কত দেখবো?
তাহলে তুমিও নাও।
হ্যাঁ।
খরচ কেমন জামাই?
মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা।
এত কমে এত ঝকঝকা ছবি?
আর পছন্দ মতো আকাশ সাজাতে অ্যাড অন প্যাক।
তাই
আপনার সাধ্যের মধ্যে এখন আকাশ লাইট, 20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Fourth over for Sikandar Raza. In just a couple of attempts at leg spin from Raza today. See if he brings it out against Mushfiqur Rahim. That's the area where the fielder generally is, slightly backward of point almost.
Just holding on the surface. I mean, just playing ahead himself. No harm done. Sliding down the leg side. Just look to play the little pedal. Lost Donald Tirupano at 45.
Yeah, one bounce to the bowler. Did you ever have the one bounce, one hand catch out in gully cricket as part of your rules?
Absolutely. That was the first rule. Mix up again by the Bangladesh batsman. Decided very quickly not to go for that. 18 overs gone, 96 for 2.
কি দেখো?
আকাশটা কি ঝকঝকে পরিষ্কার।
তাই দেখি দেখি। ও হ্যাঁ, 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি চ্যানেল সহ দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা।
কি? তুমি না।
এই চলো না একটা রোমান্টিক মুভি দেখে ফেলি।
চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
.31 put on between Mushfiqur Rahim and Tamim Iqbal. We mentioned earlier, the two runouts we've seen so far have been two completely different types of runouts. This is the first, not the way you want to get out. Sparkling drive, just off a misfield almost from the bowler. He had no idea where that was, hit the wrists, and that was the end. This was a mix-up. Came charging down, did Tamim Iqbal, and Nazmul Hossain Shanto pretty much sacrificing his wicket for the cause of the team. Yeah, no wickets for the bowlers yet, but Matevere has been once again the pick of the bowlers. Sikandar Raza has been frugal as well. 4 overs for 13, 8 overs for 31 between the spinners, with Captain Sean Williams still to come. Really put the brakes on what could have been even more an elevated score.
Sean Williams, stand-in captain today. Missed the test match, of course, and the first one day a couple of days ago. Back home, celebrating the birth of his first child. Something very peculiar on the Bangladesh scorecard a bit earlier. Run out Brendan Taylor. That's something you wouldn't have seen a lot. Brendan Taylor's career. He's normally got the gloves on. They've given those up. One-day international cricket. I actually think that's the first time it ever happened. Zimbabwe. Sean Williams, and a handy bowler. Format of the game. There's anything surface that will assist the spinners. Give me Sean Williams will be able to exploit that.
If you face him for the first time, or if you watch him for the first time, he appears to be rather innocuous, but he's far more insightful than that. He does get something off the surface, keeps it quiet. Generally very accurate. And again gets through a spell of bowling. Seen him bowl several overs on the trot in the middle of the innings. This is that stage of the innings when we see him bowl pretty often. Very useful all-round cricketer. One who was sorely missed by Zimbabwe in the Test and the first ODI. That's the change of pace, but well picked by Tamim Iqbal. Just held it back a bit, but just guided by Tamim Iqbal. He's shown a mixture of aggression, timing, and of course placement on that occasion.
Toss this one up, Sean Williams. Get something off the surface, but beautiful deflection. Man at 45, but the fact that Sean Williams is coming around the wicket to the left-hander allows him to get that ball just a little bit finer. Exactly what he does. Goes straight across with the arm.
Single to finish, it's 102 for 2.
পরিবেশটা সুন্দর না? কি কোনো হইচই আছে?
পরিবেশটা খুব সুন্দর, শুধু আমার খেলাটা ঝিরছে।
এই যে
এখানেও আকাশ।
আকাশ কি শুধু তোমার ঢাকার? আকাশ সবার।
যে কোনো জায়গায় 40টারও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Coming up in the previous over for Bangladesh. Large percentage of those runs, the bat of that man, Tamim Iqbal, looking for his first one-day 100, scoring it in July 2018 against the West Indies. Certainly set himself up for it beautifully. Well, that looked like a quicker one, but again, delicately played by Mushfiqur Rahim. He plays that delicate shot off the spinners, often just out of the keeper's gloves. Sometimes it can get him in trouble. That one seemed to have a bit of risk attached to it. Remember the previous game, not to the spinner, but to the quicker bowler. He just guided it to the hands of the keeper. He'll have that in the back of his mind.
An area that he scores heavily in, Rahim, that third man backward point area, as most of the shorter batsmen in international cricket do. Oh, that's beautifully played. Gone down looking to play the lap sweep. Raza's seen him and tried to get the Yorker in. It's gone full toss length, and he's just helped it over the wicket keeper's head. Nice shot.
Well, one was trying to second guess the other. He went down, and in the end it became an easier shot for him, but he still needed to execute it. Brave shot, gets it done in the end, and picks up 4. We're seeing just about every stroke in the book from Mushfiqur Rahim in this short span of 31 deliveries, 110 for 2.
আকাশ লাইট এখন মাত্র 249 টাকা।
20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
আকাশ লাইট এখন মাত্র 249 টাকা।
20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
A very, very good shot. Authoritative from Mushfiqur Rahim. Pitched up from Sean Williams, and he loves the sweep shot.
This is really nicely played. He's watched it all the way onto the bat. Element of risk because it was in line with the stumps. Had he missed it, might have been in trouble. But he's got a really good connection on that. Dragged it behind square.
And Daraza went up to Sean Williams, had a quick word. He's been bowling to Mushfiqur Rahim for a while in this series so far. Maybe just a word of advice for the skipper. And that's the 50 partnership between Mushfiqur Rahim and Tamim Iqbal. It's come up of just 61 deliveries. Come at the perfect time after a couple of run-outs. Maybe it appeared to be an early setback. I was about to say at the start of the over, I wanted to put a little clock on Sean Williams' over to see how quickly he gets through it. Unfortunately, of course, if there's a boundary in the middle of it all, it does add a few seconds. You need to find a Sean William maiden. I reckon it'd be around 2 minutes, but just a little in excess of that. Again, didn't look very convincing, but he'll still pick up a boundary with Mushfiqur Rahim. The previous one was square of the wicket. This one was fine. Same result in terms of runs. It's 120.
ছাদটা খুব মিস করব, আকাশটাও।
আরে বাসা বদলালেও আকাশ তো আর বদলাবে না। কি
যেখানেই যান আপনার আকাশ সাথে নিয়ে যান। 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Talked about the two contrasting sweeps, and he showed us just about every stroke in the last couple of overs. Maybe slightly off the handle of the bat, but... And this time, it's another different stroke. Again, I'm not sure it's one that he intended. Almost went to hand to the sweeper on the offside, and you can see he's berating himself. Wanted to go a lot straighter over extra cover.
And he did the same thing in the first one-day international. Dropped short of that man. Let's have a boundary. Probably just wants to stay in the stroke a little bit longer. Have to aim so much towards extra cover because the middle is up in the circle. Wide signal by Paul Rifle. And he's come in as Mushfiqur Rahim, and he's got on with the business. 37 from just 35 balls. And it's gone past Donald Tirupano at short third man. Another couple will Bangladesh started to pick up the scoring rate, in particular to the spinners. Overall scoring rate 5.86. First 5 overs to the spinners yielded just 18 runs for Bangladesh. No boundaries. Next 6 overs, the 37 6-4s. That man we're talking about at the moment, Mushfiqur Rahim, who's on strike, being chief in scoring those boundaries against the spinners. Again, very, very fine. This is not going to get to the boundary. Come back for another 2. Again, deft touch, exploiting that vacant third man area. Peraza has got to stay far away from outside that off stump with that much room.
Yeah, in fact, when we started our little commentary stint, we were just talking about how the spinners have kept things quiet, and since then it's been those 6 boundaries, 5 of them to Mushfiqur Rahim. Had the reverse sweep, 2 conventional sweeps, 1 fine, 1 square. Had quite an array of strokes and vastly different. 34 runs last 5 overs. Have to make the Zimbabwe captain think. It's 130 for 2.
পরিবেশটা সুন্দর না? কি কোনো হইচই আছে?
পরিবেশটা খুব সুন্দর, শুধু আমার খেলাটা ঝিরঝির।
এই যে
এখানেও আকাশ।
আকাশ কি শুধু তোমার ঢাকার? আকাশ সবার।
যে কোনো জায়গায় 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Projected scores will be a little worrying from a Zimbabwean perspective. 8 wickets in hand. These two looking like they're going nowhere. In the sense of not getting out. 42 of 38, Mushfiqur Rahim. Tamim well on his way to another 3-figure score. He's in 70. It's still early days to talk about 3 figures, but I'm sure that's firmly planted in his mind. Been a while. 23 games. Tirupano has a chance to make up for that little lapse in the field. Got ball in hand. Very different conditions from 48 hours ago. Haze over Sylhet. In fact, you know, there's been lots of rain, thunderstorms in Dhaka. Not that we're expecting any weather threats here, it's just hazy. Yeah, there's been rain around the cricketing world. We said no matches in Dhaka, no international matches, but in Sydney it's been bucketing down at the T20 World Cup. Spoiled the chances for the Thai girls to pick up a rare victory. They put on 150, fabulous score against Pakistan. And then Pakistan weren't able to chase. In fact, the stats showed they had never chased down 150. So big opportunity missed there with plenty of rain falling in Sydney. He waves and uses that bat like a magic wand almost when he plays that particular shot, as Tamim Iqbal. Backward a square on the offside. At the moment, looking like only a run out could break this partnership. We've had 2 already in the innings so far. So fluent has been Mushfiqur Rahim. Now he's got protection. Come back really well for 2. And he was the one who pushed Tamim Iqbal for that second run.
But very quick between the wickets. Rahim possibly slightly quicker. They just to cover. The fielding on the cover boundary. A direct hit was going to be problems for Mushfiqur. But all safe. Extra bounce again. Ronald Tiripano. Same end that Al Mumba opened the bowling from. Got a little bit of extra bounce as well. Off that bottom glove. Lucky. Okay, onto the stumps.
End of the 23rd, it's 134 for 2.
Terrific partnership so far, 69 from 77. 2 senior players in the middle order. Really not let the spinners settle at all.
শরীফ ভাই ব্যবসা কেমন চলে?
চলে
লোকজন এত কম কেন?
সব আকাশে। এই জিরজির আর কত দেখবো?
তাহলে তুমিও নাও।
হ্যাঁ।
খরচ কেমন জামাই?
মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা।
এত কমে এত ঝকঝকা ছবি।
আর পছন্দ মতো আকাশ সাজাতে অ্যাড অন প্যাক।
তাই
আপনার সাধ্যের মধ্যে এখন আকাশ লাইট 20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
In store, Tamim obviously 84 runs away from his 7,000 runs before this game.
Mention those milestones. We've seen quite a few of them the other day. The skipper to 700 international wickets. That's special. And we just heard it's 15 more runs for Tamim to reach that milestone. How many? 7,000 did you mention?
Yeah, 7,000. And there's also for Mushfiqur. If Bangladesh wins this game, it will be his 100th win as a player for ODIs. Bangladesh have managed to 126 of those.
Almost another mix-up. And the batsman hasn't been the first or the last.
That's good running.
He is just knocking it around.
Worked it away for a single. What I was talking about Tamim, it's not about scoring those 73 runs, but it's his approach, the way he has batted through right from the start. His intent showed, he's more relaxed now comparing to his previous knock yesterday in the last game.
Once again running it fine. He fancies that late cut. Well bowled, very well bowled. Singles, 5 of them off the over, 139 for 2.
I'm done. ভালো আছি ভালো। আরে
আকাশের ঠিকানায় বিলটাও দিও।
এটা কোনো ব্যাপার না ডার্লিং। লেটস সি।
আপনার আকাশের বিল দিন যে কোনো মোবাইল ওয়ালেট অথবা ডেবিট বা ক্রেডিট কার্ডে। 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
6-4s in this partnership. A lot of singles. Brilliant deflections into gaps and running hard. 37 singles. Excellent batting. Rapano is going to continue.
Right. The way that these two batsmen going on at the moment, the projected score says they might score around 290 if the current run rate goes like this, 5.79, but they must be eyeing more than that.
Absolutely right. Well over the 300, only 2 wickets down, reaching the halfway stage. So usually 320, few more if it really goes well for them. Moment for Rapano. Captain's called back for his second spell. Flow ball, and this time they've got mid off, mid on in the ring, trying to just apply a little bit of extra pressure to get a breakthrough.
Even Tamim knows that he was trying to work it out towards cover and extra cover region. Bottom hand comes into play, I must say. Yeah, he went hard on it. Yeah, and the face of the bat moves away.
Bowled once again, went full, went for the Yorker. Well bowled, but his strike rate has dipped. He's around the 120 mark for a large part of his innings, and he's just dropped down now, almost to a runner ball. His head fell over a touch there. Well bowled, went full, went straight, and get through his defences. But now his strike rate has come down a touch now. A lot of deliveries for his most recent set. 20 to 38, brilliant. Short, pulled away, fine. That's not a great delivery. Running away for another boundary.
Things hasn't been gone well for the Zimbabwean seamers right from the start, although they got some extra bounce from the pitch early on. Yeah, it went fine, too fine for boundary.
Disappointing aspect about that is his previous couple of deliveries were actually very good and frustrated the batsman and gave him a real freebie. Just get some bat on that. And they're never going to stop that. Slower ball. Watch your stumps. Missed indecision once again. Tell you what, the running between the wickets has not been good today.
Mushfiq was smiling all around. It was his call, and Tamim later realized that. And Tamim obviously thinking he was part of 2 run-outs already.
Problem really was him looking back to see if the ball was going to hit his stumps, and he ran, and he probably would have just made it. Let's have another closer look. Oh, that's tight.
That was close. That was close.
Evan from the over, 146 for 2.
পরিবেশটা সুন্দর না? কি কোনো হইচই আছে?
পরিবেশটা খুব সুন্দর, শুধু আমার খেলাটা ঝিরঝির।
এই যে
এখানেও আকাশ।
আকাশ কি শুধু তোমার ঢাকার? আকাশ সবার।
যে কোনো জায়গায় 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Cuts away beautifully. Mushfiq has gone past the half-century mark. A beautiful knock going at a great strike rate.
Totally a different batsman comparing to his ability as a test batsman, and in the limited over formats plays all across the ground, and his conventional drive along with the sweeps and reverse sweeps makes him a tough batsman to bowl. Single again for Tamim Iqbal.
He's been in some wonderful form. Test match, we know that superb third double century. A bit fortunate in that sweep shot. I suppose a bit of a top edge, but he's in there. Long-time partner, Tamim. Reverse sweep, here it comes, and it's gone away for 4. What a great shot that is. Improvisation at its best.
Just talked about the creativity, the way he plays the sweeps and reverse sweeps to unsettle the bowler. And it was the case again. Played it really well. Back past the short third-man fielder. There's no point there. Timed it really well.
Bob, we've opted with that one fielder behind square on the offside, and we've seen late cuts, and they've really toyed with that fielder. Would really be interested in getting an extra fielder in that region, a point and a short third man basically, and try and close up that area of the field. So they have to hit it elsewhere. They really have cashed in that area today. Use of the feet. He's gone big. Is it big enough? Wonderful catch. That's a huge wicket for Zimbabwe. He's holed out at long on. Bushwick is gone.
That was not necessary at all. You just hit a boundary in the previous ball and you went for it, took on the bowler, didn't connect it properly and gave away his wicket. I must say he should have scored a big knock from here on.
A disappointing end, as you say, a soft dismissal for a player of his caliber. Well judged there, really. Just a couple feet inside the boundary. Big celebration, and he's going to rue that. Mushfiqur Rahim is gone. Gone for 55. Bangladesh 152 for 3.
One experienced campaigner departs and the other comes in. Mahmudullah Riyad, 34 years of age, 187 matches, 4,026 runs, average of 33.83. But he has a good job in his hand now.
Quite right, he's going to be starting at the non-striker's end. Mushfiqur Rahim holed out to long on. Disappointing. Well bowled, defeated him in the flight, really didn't get all of it. Got to drag it over long on and long on. Pouncing on it. Brilliant judgment and catch in the deep. Adeveri has once again been the standout, and that's a bit of a tight run as well to get Mahmudullah on strike. Another look at the stroke. He just did not quite get there. And also you've got to question the judgment and the timing of when he wanted to play the stroke. Defeated in the flight. Tried to go, no attempt to get over the ball. Tried to hit it all the way for 6. Caught out.
Couldn't go under the ball as well. He went there though. It was unnecessary at the same time. He just struck a boundary in the previous ball. Talking about Madhvere, yeah, has been impressive since his debut in the last game. Both with ball and bat as well. Even in the field, fielded well.
Slow it through the air. A wicket, 7 runs, 153 for 3. Tamim approaching a massive milestone, and he's already the highest ODI scoring batsman for Bangladesh. What a man, what a player he's been over the years.
3 runs away to score 7,000 ODI runs, most by Bangladeshi by far, yeah. Saqib Al Hasan behind him, 6,323 runs from 206 matches. Mushfiqur Rahim just departed, 6,174 runs from 218 games. And Mahmudullah just joined. Tamim Iqbal had 4,026 runs in 187 games.
Good start to Rapana, to the new batsman. He's got to just try and get his groupings right here. He's got to really work hard. He try and just keep taking wickets here. That's the only way they're going to be able to stem the runs at this point in time. Big partnership they broke a minute ago. The soft dismissal in the end, and Desh dugout won't be too pleased with how it ended, really. A couple of run-outs, unnecessary. This partnership's going to be a big one.
Two different batsmen altogether, Mahmudullah Riyad and comparing to Mushfiqur Rahim, who tends to look set right from the word go at the crease, while Mahmudullah takes a bit of time at the crease, takes time to settle in, wants to middle the ball for a few balls and then go for it. So it will be interesting to see how this partnership goes from here. They need to rotate the strike as well.
Work it down to third man to get himself off the mark, but as you mentioned, two different ways they operate, hugely different, and Tamim was a little bit becalmed really in the first ODI, where he really just let the guys bowl to him and let the bowlers settle. Today, total different ball game. He's come in and he's hit it clean from ball one, and he's entertained these fans superbly. Oh, he's run it fine. What a stroke that is. And that's the milestone. Congratulations to Tamim Iqbal. On over 7,000 runs. What a brilliant player for Bangladesh.
Worked it away fine, and sort of a man in confidence, I must say, and holder of almost all the records, personal individual records as a batsman by a Bangladeshi. Recently just Mushfiqur Rahim went past as the highest run scorer in Test, but he's there and looking good.
Oh, he's gone for the slower bouncer. It was comical, that one. Well over the bowler's, the batsman's head. But he talked about his form in the press, and everyone's been banging on about it. But to be fair, class is permanent here from this man. You never doubt it. And it's so good to see people getting backed. And when they do get backed, how well they can play. In any player, to be honest, not just the well-respected ones. Any player gets that consistency and gets that backing, he can really perform. Quick single, turn down. Mahmudullah. That's the over, 160 for 3.
শরীফ ভাই,
হ্যাঁ
ব্যবসা কেমন চলে?
চলে।
লোকজন এত কম কেন?
সব আকাশে। এই জিরজির আর কত দেখবো?
তাহলে তুমিও নাও।
হ্যাঁ।
খরচ কেমন জামাই?
মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা।
এত কমে এত ঝকঝকা ছবি।
আর পছন্দ মতো আকাশ সাজাতে অ্যাড-অন প্যাক।
তাই
আপনার সাধ্যের মধ্যে এখন আকাশ লাইট 20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Talking about Tamim Iqbal, I had a chat with Neil Mackenzie, Bangladesh batting consultant, on the other day, and he said Tamim needs a couple of more boundaries in the power play, and that will get him going and loosen him up. And I also talked about how things change about his approach, and talking about his Tamim punishing right on the spot. Yeah. Played some delightful strokes today. They're talking about Tamim's approach, and Mackenzie told that he knows his game very well, an experienced campaigner. At the same time, he needs to loosen him up.
Quick single, Short third man, Taylor, he was on his heels there. He should not have been a one there.
Yeah, there have been few quick singles and mostly towards that short third man region. You mentioned it previously. Crowd enjoying their time today. For the first time, Sylhet is hosting a full-fledged series here, and it's a beautiful crowd. I must say, the most picturesque ground in the country.
Danvar Mamadullah going deep in the crease, working it on the onside, and mentioned beautiful ground and surrounded by all the tea gardens. And such a beautiful area.
Yeah, Tamim looking solid, building his innings for a big 100 now. Talking about Sylhet, there's also an outdoor stadium building right behind us, and it will be used for the development teams and the high-performance squads, and it looks good so far. It will take another 5-6 months from here on.
Batsmen not ready, but you mentioned the grounds, surrounding grounds, and top sides play here. The feeder teams that can train in a similar facility nearby always works very well. Use of the feet over mid-off. What a lovely stroke. All the way, the first maximum of the game. Was it? I'll take it back. End of the over. 168 for 3.
কি দেখো?
আকাশটা কি ঝকঝকে পরিষ্কার।
তাই দেখি দেখি। ও হ্যাঁ, 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি চ্যানেল সহ দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা।
কি? তুমি না।
এই চলো না একটা রোমান্টিক মুভি দেখে ফেলি।
চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Lovely stroke, Mamadullah. This first boundary, really good looking stroke, use of the feet. Oh, helping it on its way. A couple of bounces down to fine leg, but that is not, there's no future in that line and that length for Zimbabwe. The last ball for the use of the feature. Got himself in great position to execute the stroke over mid-off. It's a tougher shot against the off-spinner, but himself in a prime position to execute it.
He actually pushed the mid-off fielder to go towards long off to take singles and trying to cut loose.
Leg side once again. Disappointing start. First two deliveries down the leg side. Right, left hand, we know, can be tough, but just got to be able to execute his plans here. Get it off stump, fourth stump line. Got to be harder on himself here, Turapana.
But Zimbabwe bowlers lack today to maximize the dot balls. Yes, the pitch is good and the batsman looks solid, but at the same time you need to maximize the odd dot balls, put pressure on the batsman, let them make mistakes.
Wide, slapped over backward point. Too much width on this occasion. Another boundary.
Tamim reaches to 90s now, and he knew where the fielders were. It's just wide, slapped onto it. Over the point fielder's head for a boundary. He must be feeling a lot better reaching 90s after a long time.
Feel even better after he gets to 100, there's no doubt. That is plenty of width given. Nicely played. Hit it late. It's a good delivery, but still managing to rotate the strike and move into those 90s. It's been one-way traffic. It's been such a pleasure watching Tamim in action today. First ODI did struggle a touch, and he has done with the 5 previous innings, but today, the one we know best. the short ball.
You mentioned about Tamim's strike rate dipping at the mid-stage right after reaching 60 or 70. It has been the case for him for the past few matches now, and today he looks solid and hasn't thought about this strike rate and all, and enjoyed his game. That was very important for him. He was unable to enjoy his game, right, for the past 3, 4, 5 matches in the limited over formats.
Well, that's a lot better. To the over, 176 for 3.
আকাশ লাইভ এখন মাত্র 249 টাকা।
20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
আকাশ লাইভ এখন মাত্র 249 টাকা।
20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
The action, 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, no 6s to date. Thought Ramadilla cleared the boundary last over, but about a yard short. They're the ones, 65 ones, high boundary count. Not too many 2s, funny enough. A couple of run-outs. Put that, give a little column for that maybe next time. Change in the bowler. Mumba, he's back. 5 overs, none for 25. It's first spell.
Soft hands, quick single. Mahmudullah Riyad reaches 10 of 12 balls. Tamim Iqbal on 93 of 89 balls. Talking about his strike rate, he's well over 100 today and batting at a very good pace. Yeah, 40 dot balls, 14 boundaries, no 6s. He won't mind though.
Plenty time yet. 30th over. Hopefully he doesn't get cramped like Litton Dust did in the last game. Hopefully he's had some liquids before the game and he's well ahead of the game. Beautifully punched. Good stop.
Previous delivery, straight to the point fielder. Was on the slot though, yeah. Wide. He connected very well, but straight to the fielder. Sometimes it frustrated you as a batsman when you connect a good ball, but it went straight to the fielder.
Width again. Right. Struggle to stop the run flow with those type of deliveries, but get the batting lineup. Not really 6 frontline batsmen. Playford in last time, he proved to be a wonderful addition to the batting lineup in the last game. He finished superbly and he bowled well as well. So it was really, really good in find, I think, going forward. Have a look on the back page, front page. Tamim, might find him there. Where he's going. 20 overs still to bat, Tamim. Bats another 10, 15 overs. Yeah, he could have a huge one.
Obviously, and the platform is set for him, and first of all he would really want to reach that milestone and loosen him up, as has been the case for him. So far he played very well, and the projected score now shows 302 if they went on from this rate, 6.02. They can reach 342 if they score at a rate of 8 per over.
No run. A couple things that not need to pick up on the batting lineup. They're going to really look to try and put the foot down in those 35 to 40 overs, because that's when they obviously the restriction, having that extra fielder will have to remain in the ring at the start of the 40th over, 41st over. We'll need to have max of 5 out the ring, so they could, stem the flow of runs in a small way then in the last 10 overs. Bowling, good bowling, angling in, 3 runs from it, 179 for 3.
শরীফ ভাই
হ্যাঁ
ব্যবসা কেমন চলে?
চলে
লোকজন এত কম কেন?
সব আকাশে। এই জিরজির আর কত দেখবো?
তাহলে তুমিও নাও।
হ্যাঁ।
খরচ কেমন জামাই?
মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা।
এত কমে এত ঝকঝকা ছবি?
আর পছন্দ মতো আকাশ সাজাতে অ্যাড অন প্যাক।
তাই
আপনার সাধ্যের মধ্যেই এখন আকাশ লাইট 20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
John Williams coming in for his 3rd over. Been out for a while. Long flight from Bulawayo via Harare, Johannesburg, Dubai and Dhaka. So far hasn't made an impression yet. Another partnership gets going. 27 of 28 deliveries. Mahmudullah was good the other day, just at a time when they needed to re-kickstart the innings. Partnership with Mohammad Mithun took the singles early on here. Very different sort of partnership. He's got a set man at the other end. Tamim Iqbal on the verge of yet another landmark, one that hasn't come to him in almost 2 years. More of what we're used to seeing from Sean Williams. Quick overs, keeping the batsman quiet.
That's what they've got to do, I think, because just pull in the reins a bit and ensure that they don't take it away from the bowlers. A lot of pressure, and you've got to keep your cool bowling to batsmen who are on the lookout for runs, and on that occasion, it's simple enough to cap it away into the deep for an amble single. I think the responsibility on Mahmudullah Riyad now is to just complement Tamim Iqbal and maybe also just talk to him, guide him on his way to a century that has eluded him for a while now. Might be in his nervous 90s, he's used to scoring the centuries, but the scenario is very different at the moment.
No! 180 for 3.
ছাদটা খুব মিস করব, আকাশটাও।
আরে বাসা বদলালেও আকাশ তো আর বদলাবে না কি?
যেখানেই যান আপনার আকাশ সাথে নিয়ে যান। 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
So the experienced pairing of Sean Williams and Sikandar Raza in charge at the moment. This is the stage of the innings between 31 and 40. The batsmen generally like to put their foot down with the new rules, meaning that in the last 10 overs, the fielding side gets the insurance of an extra fielder outside the 30-yard circle. Your traditional slog overs are not always necessarily the last 10.
The amble single that brings Tamim Iqbal onto strike. Been reminded by our statsman Arun that he's been out on 95 on the internationals on 3 occasions. So I think he needs a couple of runs. Just evade that number.
Maybe he isn't looking for that single. He wants to just get a 2, not even be there. It's like a stepping stone. Don't step on that little square that you don't want to be on.
Looks that way. I'm sure he doesn't remember all that You just can't afford to be in the middle and think about the centuries you've missed out. You've scored 11 of them, you're headed for the 12th, and that's what you should be focusing on.
Well, now he gets to 95. There you go. He's obviously not aware of it, and he shouldn't be either. Oh, now he wants gloves. He wants gloves. 95, you cannot be with the same pair of gloves. Sorry, can I have a new pair, please?
I think he remembers those occasions that he had to go back to the hut at 95. Mohammad Riyad now, an added responsibility, I think, from Riyad. Nicely done, but straight to the fielder. He's been told to take an option regarding the formats he's playing in. Been told to concentrate on the one-day format by the think tank. So he'll try to make an impression here.
$183 for 3 after 32.
পরিবেশটা সুন্দর না? কি কোনো হইচই আছে?
পরিবেশটা খুব সুন্দর, শুধু আমার খেলাটা ঝিরঝির।
এই যে
এখানেও আকাশ।
আকাশ কি শুধু তোমার ঢাকার? আকাশ সবার।
যে কোনো জায়গায় 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
So 95 for Tamim Iqbal. He's got a dry pair of gloves. Very often when gloves come out for a batsman, it's usually a message. So often we see they don't even take that new pair of gloves. The message is passed on and the 12th man heads out. On this occasion, he's actually taken that dry gloves for the sweaty palms, for the nervous 90s.
Yeah, and just back to Mohammad Riyad, is easing his way into this innings, isn't he? Not really taking any kind of chances, just playing those kind of deliveries with a little bit of respect. I don't blame him for that, because Bangladesh going strongly at 5.66 runs per over can afford to bide his time.
And he did exactly that in his partnership with Mohammad Mithun. Had a chat, his flash interview at the end of the first innings, and it's exactly what he said. Two batsmen had a chat. They said we're okay for 5 or 6 overs to just rotate the strike. They had a 25-ball boundary drought, but as we kept pointing out, there were no boundaries, but 26 runs scored. So while they did quieten down, they didn't forget the singles.
Well, this over so far has not yielded any runs, and of course, Don Williams will be hoping to finish with a dot and get a rare maiden.
Well, the maiden eludes him. The only maiden he'll have is the little one that was born a few days ago. 184 for 3.
শরীফ ভাই, ব্যবসা কেমন চলে?
চলে।
লোকজন এত কম কেন?
সব আকাশে। এই জিরজির আর কত দেখবো?
তাহলে তুমিও নাও।
হ্যাঁ।
খরচ কেমন জামাই?
মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা।
এত কমে এত ঝকঝকা ছবি?
আর পছন্দ মতো আকাশ সাজাতে অ্যাড অন প্যাক।
তাই
আপনার সাধ্যের মধ্যে এখন আকাশ লাইট, 20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Now, through no fault of his own, Tamim Iqbal has been stuck on 95 because Mahmudullah played 5 deliveries from Sean Williams, then took a single, and now he's hogging the strike this over from Sikandar Raza. Ten deliveries that Tamim Iqbal has been off strike.
And that can play on your mind. When you're approaching 100, you talk about the nervous 90s. And I said that Mohammad Riyad was complimenting him too well. He might just be building on the pressure. Right, he gives the strike back to Tamim Iqbal. And He's got to contend with the wiles of Sikandar Raza. Sure, he's going to try and outwit Tamim and get him back, but so far he's looked serene. It's been one of those special occasions from him.
Very quickly off the 95. I guess it's all of us who are stewing much more than Tamim Iqbal himself. Now 4 away.
Indeed, I don't think that was any kind of concern to him, but stats do tend to stand up and bite you on occasions. I'm glad he's off that 95. Pitching it up, sensible bowling, just cramping the batsman for space. Mahmudullah Riyad on 16 of 30. The hard grind, just a single boundary from Riyad.
And he keeps the strike. 187 for 3.
I'm done. ভালো আছি ভালো আরে
আকাশের ঠিকানায় দিলটাও দিও।
এটা কোনো ব্যাপার না ডার্লিং। লেটস সি।
আপনার আকাশের বিল দিন যে কোনো মোবাইল ওয়ালেট অথবা ডেবিট বা ক্রেডিট কার্ডে। 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
.99 deliveries in this innings, and a fair few of them have come since the fall of Mushfiqur Rahim's wicket. Partnership 35 of 51. 5.92 was the innings run rate at the time when he was dismissed. It's now down to 5.5. So while obviously focus has to be on Tamim to get to 100, Bangladesh can't lose sight of the ultimate target, their score at the end of 50 overs.
Absolutely. I think they've got to keep that in the back of their minds. And it's been a combination of the approach of Mahmudullah Riyad and an important shot there, but he's been on the defense, and also Tamim Iqbal not getting enough time to go after the bowlings as such. He's prepared, just ease his way towards that 3-figure mark, and that's good to see. Not in a hurry, not being flustered. The pressure which everyone says is created during the nervous 90s doesn't seem to be affecting him in any form at all.
Either that or he's very good at hiding it. That was the 100th dot ball of this Bangladesh innings. Is that sort of character Tamim Iqbal? Barely displays emotion unless necessary.
Well, another simple run into the deep. Content. Just rotate the strike. Not in a hurry. Tamim Iqbal should not be shy of what will be another brilliant 100.
Bit of flourish there, which we haven't seen from a while. Just going to push for a single to keep the strike for the next over, and then try and get to the landmark. 15 overs to go. He was asking for it. He was asking for the run, not getting it. 190 for 3.
পরিবেশটা সুন্দর না? কি কোনো হইচই আছে?
পরিবেশটা খুব সুন্দর, শুধু আমার খেলাটা ঝিরঝির।
এই যে
এখানেও আকাশ।
আকাশ কি শুধু তোমার ঢাকার? আকাশ সবার।
যে কোনো জায়গায় 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Motumbodzi was impressive a couple of nights ago. Thought for a moment Sean Williams had forgotten he was around. taken him 36 overs to hand the ball to Motumbodzi. Certainly, we talked about his action. Very tall leg spinner, but he crouches almost when he reaches the crease, so can be deceptive. Maybe the kind of bowler who could unsettle a batsman heading for a landmark. Moment it's Mahmudullah on strike to Tinotenda Motumbodzi.
Still not happy with his field positions, asking his captain for the mid-wicket fielder to be moved a little squarer, backward of square, and man at deep backward square has been now moved to deep mid-wicket. That little change taking place. Well, Tamim Iqbal has got the strike. It was in the 29th over that Tamim got to the 90 mark. It's taken a bit of time, but that's understandable. It's silly to throw his wicket away with rush of blood.
Now, interesting, the reason why Mahmudullah has had a chat with Tamim Iqbal is because in the previous game, Mahmudullah had the occasion to face a bit of Motumbodzi. Tamim didn't. So he's going to him and telling him what kind of bowler he is. You could see him mentioning that the ball, the release points are not quite as high as you'd expect from a tall leg spinner. So just keep an eye out for him.
Tuck around. Another amble single. And it's quite nippy too. It doesn't seem to give the ball some air. You mentioned his release point more round armish rather than sort of coming from the top. And that's where I feel that that extra bit of purchase that he might attain at times, Motumbodzi, is not there.
Really gave that lots of effort only towards Williams, who darted it back in. Immediately apologized to Mahmudullah Riyad. Protection in the deep. Now too shy of the landmark Tamim Iqbal. He's been doing it in singles so far since he's got into the 90s. He's got a couple of deliveries now from the leg spinner to try and get to the landmark. Flicks it away, they come for one, and it's only going to be one. All that build up for nothing.
They're going to make us wait. He's going to make us wait. But once again, I reiterate the fact that as long as the knee reaches that milestone, does not really bother anybody around who support his re-emergence as a superlative batsman.
But guess who won't have the strike next over? Tamim Iqbal. 195 for 3.
আকাশ লাইভ এখন মাত্র 249 টাকা।
20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
আকাশ লাইভ এখন মাত্র 249 টাকা।
20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Yeah, we've seen the Manhattan here sort of steadily decreasing, and this is the stage past the 30th over when we see the taller buildings come up again. Hasn't happened so far because we're focused on a landmark. This partnership just slowed things down a bit. 43 of 66, now 44 of 66, and now
would have gone through for the second run. Tamim Iqbal had the opportunity to stick around and try to get to his 100, but that little fumble, there you see it. Oh, it wasn't quite a fumble. There it is. Couldn't latch onto that one. Mahmoudullah still there, and this rather negativity might have an influence, but now they've got the single to get Tamim Iqbal back on strike. 99 he's at.
And if you just cast your ears around the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium, they're fully aware of the impending landmark. One of their heroes has had a long wait for himself, but it's been a long wait for the Tigers fans, who are so knowledgeable in these parts that I can tell you they'll all know about July 2018. And he nearly gets there. Little anxious moments. They had a little chat before that delivery. I think it was tap and run, perhaps.
Yeah, he did tap, and he did think of a run, but thankfully sent back immediately. Here we go.
Pushes it, and he'll get there. 100 for Tamim Iqbal. July 2018 is a long time, but it's been worth the wait. A sublime innings from the master, Tamim Iqbal. Take a bow. The crowd loves it, and I'm sure all of Bangladesh does too.
He's not showing too much emotion. 40 single.
কি দেখো?
আকাশটা কি ঝকঝকে পরিষ্কার।
তাই দেখি দেখি। ও হ্যাঁ, 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি চ্যানেল সহ দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা।
কি? তুমি না।
এই চলো না একটা রোমান্টিক মুভি দেখে ফেলি।
চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Plenty would have happened during that drinks break. A few pats on the back, certainly, for Tamim Iqbal. But I guess change of gear is what's needed. For now, I think it's time to just appreciate the stroke play of Tamim Iqbal. 14 boundaries hit it, and they've come to all parts. Started on the onside, lovely cover drives that have become such a trademark, and then came the wrist work on the onside. Occasionally, if he got width, he punished the bowlers and got himself his 12th one-day international 100.
And that's how he's compiled his 100. They've been, as you saw, strokes all around the ground. The cover drives were absolutely top class. And he was not shy of swiveling around and playing the balls backward of square on the onside. Lovely drives through the onside through mid-wicket area and car corner. It's been a delight to watch. And just, he slowed down at the end of his innings. Still, he's virtually going at a run a ball, 101 of 106. So now maybe we'll see the fireworks. He'll just open up. He's got that monkey off his shoulder, if you can call it that little pressure of not having scored a century for a long period of time. And now you see in his elements as a more attacking batsman. And of course, I'm also hoping that Mahmudullah Riyad also steps on the gas a little bit, because with 13 overs to go, if they're targeting the 300 mark, they'll have to get a move on.
Yeah, just to remind you once again, 5.92 was the innings run rate when Mushfiqur Rahim dismissed. They were 179 at the end of the 30th over, which is when you try and make a mental calculation of how close to doubling the score can you come. But since then, last 7 overs, just 22 runs. Partnership, one short of 50, but it's taken them 70 deliveries. And that will be the 50 partnership between Tamim Iqbal and Mahmudullah Riyad. Not as quickly as they would have wanted, but the platform has been laid. Time for them to step on the gas.
Absolutely. And I think no one more than Mahmudullah Riyad knows it. That's a confirmation of that. Contributions of 23 from Tamim Iqbal, 26 from Riyad. You will see some unorthodox shots attempted. Pretty obvious to the two in the middle that with the wicket playing pretty well, no gremlins in it, they can just afford to just be more attacking. 4 balls since the last boundary. That speaks volumes for the discipline of the Zimbabwean bowlers and the support from the field.
At this stage of the innings, and we referred to this 30 to 40 over period, you've got 54 balls without a boundary in this period. It means that the fielding side are maybe perhaps can consider themselves to have won this phase of play.
Still struggling to get a boundary, like that 56 balls, and that will definitely play on their mind. Indeed, must give credit to Zimbabwe, their bowlers for the discipline, their fielders for the agility and restraining the batsmen.
Pattern continues, 205 for 3.
পরিবেশটা সুন্দর না? কি কোনো হইচই আছে?
পরিবেশটা খুব সুন্দর, শুধু আমার খেলাটা ঝিরঝির।
এই যে
এখানেও আকাশ।
আকাশ কি শুধু তোমার ঢাকার? আকাশ সবার।
যে কোনো জায়গায় 40টারও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Can often divide a one-day innings into different phases of play. This last phase of 10 overs has gone the visitors' way. 37 runs at 3.7. If they can keep this momentum going and keep the batsmen quiet, knowing that the set, Mahmudullah Riyad and Tamim Iqbal are going to come hard at them, full credit to Zimbabwe. This stage, they'll be delighted to keep Bangladesh to around 270, 275 if they can do so.
Well, with pace now, there will be more opportunities in just maneuvering the balls, making use of the angles, use the bowlers' lengths to get back at them. The spinners had them tied up. That's the mini card. Lots of bowlers used. Mumba, the 7th over, has been quite impressive, given away 28 runs, and he has this advantage of coming in at a time for this spell when the batsmen are a little on the negative side. Still struggling to find the gaps in the field. Lots of amble singles, but Tamim Iqbal realizes that now that he's got his 100, for the team's sake, needs to get a move on. There will be some innovations, some improvisations, that's for sure. Well, 34 dots in that partnership. Extraordinary. Been the problem in the past. They made up for it, as you mentioned, in the last One-Day International, when they didn't get a boundary for 24 balls, but they went at a runner ball. There it is, swings around, and that's the boundary they've been waiting for a while. Done with class.
Yes, sense of relief almost. And you just knew that something was going to give, and that's what it was. Short delivery, testing out Tamim Iqbal. And just swiveling around and depositing yet another boundary in the most productive quadrant that he's been scoring his 100 today. 15th boundary from the bat of Tamim Iqbal.
And I suspect more to come. Mentioning that quadrant, 23 runs from Tamim have come in that area.
Now that's gone up in the air. Is anyone going to get to it? It falls in no man's land.
Well, another one, maybe not very intended, in that same quadrant we're mentioning, but he must have had his heart in his mouth. A little awkward in playing that shot. Got a little cramped for space, but thankfully for him, into no man's land. And the bowler will be pretty disgruntled with that. I'm a little surprised, Gautam, that he did, even after being hit away for 4 runs, persisted with another short pitch delivery.
Nearly paid off. Almost got the false shot out from Tamim Iqbal. Since it didn't go to the boundary, he'll be glad that that won't find its way to the highlights reel on his century. It's been such an elegant, such a good-looking 100 otherwise. You wouldn't want a stroke like that to spoil it. Now can Mahmudullah follow? Just got that one boundary, 23 dots in his innings. Probably around the time during his short stay yesterday when he started upping the ante as well. Just like that, cut away, 4, good shot, Mahmudullah Riyad. He got the width, but he had to put it away, 200.
শরীফ ভাই ব্যবসা কেমন চলে?
চলে
লোকজন এত কম কেন?
সব আকাশে। এই জিরজির আর কত দেখবো?
তাহলে তুমিও নাও।
হ্যাঁ।
খরচ কেমন জামাই?
মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা।
এত কমে এত ঝকঝকা ছবি।
আর পছন্দ মতো আকাশ সাজাতে অ্যাড অন প্যাক।
তাই
আপনার সাধ্যের মধ্যে এখন আকাশ লাইট 20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Runs off the previous over. This was the finishing touches. What was another very eventful one for the home side. Searing cut stroke just in front of point. Big shot again now. This is time to put the foot down flat on the accelerator, and they've done it superbly.
The
Tamim Iqbal showed that he can also change gears. First 50 came in just 42 deliveries. He snatched that one towards the long on area for the boundary. And the second 50, John, came in 64 deliveries. So the change gears slowed it down, but now it's a time where he can put the foot on the accelerator, and it looks like that the intentions are pretty clear, the way he played that shot.
Gone again! All the way for 6. This man is unleashing the last over for the power play before they get an extra fielder back, and he's taking full toll.
That is a smashing shot. That is a brilliant shot. And it's gone the distance. It was there in the slot. Out she goes for the maximum.
Oh, he's going to go again, yeah. Oh, straight. Gone like a rocket off the bat and gone for 4 as well. This is sublime batting by Tamim Iqbal.
14 in the first 3 deliveries. Boundary to start with. Second one was a 6, and the third one a smash down the ground for another boundary. Terrific stuff from the man who seems to be in a very good touch. He's blasted that down the ground. That's a powerful blow from Tamim Iqbal.
14 off the over, and we're only halfway there. Biggest over in the innings so far. Fuller, wider, cut through for another boundary. 4 boundaries in a row. This is unbelievable batting.
Simply magnificent. Right. I'll take you on. Looks to be in a dangerous mood, especially in this over. 18 already in the first 4 deliveries.
Oh Lord, we've just got in the commentary box. I'm out of breath already. This is unbelievable batting here. 4 fielders in the ring on the offside now. 1 at long off and everyone back on the leg side. Where's he going to go this time? Oh, he's bowled an arm ball, and that's going to be wide. He's going to have to bowl that one again, but the bowlers have, the batsmen have changed ends, thankfully for the bowler.
Yeah, they'll be happy to see him at the non-strikers end, because he was taking them apart. 4, 6, 4, 4, and wide down the leg side. 20 already. Run rate now just creeping up. 5.92, 235 for 3 in a very good commanding position at the moment, Bangladesh.
Oh, that's a beautiful stroke through extra cover. Mahmudullah joins the party as well.
.239 for 3. Run rate now just 6 in an over. Well, he doesn't want to be a spectator only. If you can do it, I can do it too. Through the covers for a boundary from Mahmudullah. Takes one hand off the bat and still manages to put it beyond the reach of that fielder in the covers.
Stadium is rocking. No run, dot ball to end it. Finally, it's a huge one. 24 runs strong.
ছাদটা খুব মিস করব, আকাশটাও।
আরে বাসা বদলালেও আকাশ তো আর বদলাবে না। কি
যেখানেই যান আপনার আকাশ সাথে নিয়ে যান। 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
That was a mammoth previous over as we're going to the last power play. Maximum of 5 fielders now allowed, so that's 1 extra fielder than have been allowed previously from overs 10 to 40. That last over went the distance. Tamim unleashed. He's on 126 now, 115 balls. He's accelerated sharply now once he's past the 100. And the crowd is buzzing. They're expectant. The last 10 overs, how many can they get? Sweep shot, and that's not far away from leg stump in the end.
Had an opportunity. to put it away because it was down the leg side. Dealer inside the circle. Short fine.
Down he comes, he's going all the way again. Sails over the boundary for 6.
Tamim Iqbal is on fire. He smashed that down the ground for the maximum. What a shot that is. He looks the old Tamim Iqbal, batting with flair, flamboyance, and too much power. That is a beautiful shot.
Down the wicket again, this time just the single. Well bowled. Williams had the nerve to pull it into the pads. But the last over, wow, that's really given them the acceleration they're looking for in the last 10. First one was a bit of a mow to the leg side. Thereafter, slow sweep for 6. Then a beautiful straight drive. That was textbook stuff, that. And then flashing blade through the offside, which was up. And Abdullah Riyad, who just finished off with a lovely extra cover boundary for 4.
24 runs in that over. Bangladesh managed to score 94 in the last 10 overs in the first ODI. Partnership around 94 of 91.
If Mamadullah goes here as well, they can both afford to really go here. Tamim, look at that there. His previous score, 154, and he's on his way here. 133 not out. Running hard. Mamadullah wants 2. Yes, superb batting and running by this pair.
There's still a lot of batting to come, John. Remember, Mohammad Bidun got a 50 in just 41 deliveries. Have a look at what Tamim Iqbal has done in one-day internationals. The hundreds that he's got right at the top is against the same opposition way back in 2009. And at the moment, catching on. And I wouldn't be surprised if he takes over that score of 154 in this match. Dot to finish the over after 41. Bangladesh 248.
আকাশ লাইভ এখন মাত্র 249 টাকা।
20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
আকাশ লাইভ এখন মাত্র 249 টাকা।
20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Mohammad Mead, the next batsman to come in, he smashed 50 of 41. Maybe Narad missed out with the bat. But there's Mashrafi, and then there is Mohammad Saifuddin, don't forget. Mohammad Saifuddin, beg your pardon, is not in the 11 today. But he played that cameo with the bat in the first one-day international. 28 of just 15.
Raza's change of bowler. How's Mamadullah going to go about this at the moment? He's been very subdued at the moment, knocked it around so far, but hasn't really stepped up to match Tamim at this point.
Yeah, the last 30 balls, they've scored 54 without losing a wicket. So when you're in, I mean, he's batting at 39 or 54, you'd expect him to open up a little bit more and place more aggressive shots. But if you see someone like Tamim Iqbal doing it from the other end, so might as well give him a strike straight away. Rotate the strike, give it back to Tamim Iqbal, who's doing it very nicely. It looks to be in terrific touch. But I wouldn't be surprised if Mamadullah also tries to copy what Tamim has done. 44 runs in the last 20 deliveries. That run rate has certainly been very, very good from Bangladesh.
Just jogging through for the single, as you say, just handing it over to the partner. You keep going, son. You're having a blinder today. Why not? Let's see how Tamim goes about it. He's in boundary mode. The last 3 overs, he's really cashed in and put these bowlers under massive pressure. 250 up now. We've tried to run it fine. He got cute with that one.
Have a look at the quickest so far. The 50s, the last 15, just 27 deliveries. Smashing stuff.
He's gone big. They've called catch it, but it's in the gap. One bounce for 4. 100 partnership comes up. Superb by these two of 99 deliveries.
There was a huge gap between that fielder at long on and deep mid wicket. And he eyed that area perfectly by sticking those two fielders and picking up yet another boundary, which brings up the 100 partnership. 102 between these two at the moment. Add one more. And this has been good batting, good sensible batting.
শরীফ ভাই
হ্যাঁ
ব্যবসা কেমন চলে?
চলে
লোকজন এত কম কেন?
সব আকাশে। এই জিরজির আর কত দেখবো?
তাহলে তুমিও নাও।
হ্যাঁ।
খরচ কেমন জামাই?
মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা।
এত কমে এত ঝকঝকা ছবি।
আর পছন্দ মতো আকাশ সাজাতে অ্যাড অন প্যাক।
তাই
আপনার সাধ্যের মধ্যে এখন আকাশ লাইট 20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
There's a hugely damaging partnership here to Zimbabwe. Tamim is playing with freedom. He's well past his 100, 139, 123. A little bit becalmed in the middle of his innings, but we knew if he was in these last 10, it's going to be carnage.
Look at the partnership, 10 fours and 2 sixes, 42 singles, 41 dots. So they've managed to pick up boundaries on a consistent basis. Right. Tuma back into the attack, none for 22. They've used his 7 bowlers. And he'll be hoping that he can bowl a good line. I think it's important for him to realize that the way Tamim Iqbal has batted so far, he needs to target the Yorker straight away. Anything, any width outside the off stump or the leg stump, if you lose your length, then he'll put you to the sword. That's the kind of mood that the Tamim Iqbal is in at the moment.
There's a lot of directing going on out there between the fielders, captain. They're trying to work out who needs to come in, and they're all over the place at 6s and 7s at the moment. Williams skipper sending fine leg back. He's trying to get fine leg back now. Taylor's coming up at mid-off. It's all going terribly wrong for them here. So debutant Truma, he's going to be under some big pressure. The offside field is up. Third man back, the only man back. Bowling into those pads. Not a bad single. First ball of the over.
Yeah, Zimbabwe will be happy to see batsmen looking to rotate strike and picking up singles, because the problem has been the boundaries. 31 fours and 2 sixes in the innings already. There you go, confirmation. And it's the problem with the dots, 115 dots. That's fine, but you got to bowl more dots to create that extra pressure. But they'll still be happy to. Probably that's the discussion in the middle between the skipper and the bowler and Tripano. The message is make sure that you don't allow the batsmen to free their arms. The moment they are allowed to free their arms, you're asking for trouble.
It's important to have a clear mind when you run up to bowl here. What is my plan? Set my field and bowl accordingly here. He spent a lot of time there now setting this field. The offside field is coming up again, so point, cover, extra cover and mid-off are in the ring. Those are your 4. Everyone on the leg side is back. And he bowls into the hip. That's only going to be 1, so good bowling, singles. Happy with that, the Zimbabweans.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what is the plan against the left-hander, because he had 4 fielders inside the circle on the offside and none on the onside. Protecting 4 boundary riders, protecting the boundaries. We'll have to wait and see what kind of field is set. Similar kind of field, because they packed the offside with 4 fielders, and then they have 4 protecting the boundaries on the onside. Nobody inside the circle. the middle leg is the way to go about it.
Giving himself room, diving effort and gone. He's put it down. That is an extremely tough chance. Superb effort at backward point.
That could have been a stunner. He just tried to move away, exposing the stumps and play score of the wicket. It was uppish. That's a great attempt. Could have been a fantastic catch. Well, it's that man again, the man who made his debut in the first ODI, Madhvere, representing Zimbabwe in the recently concluded Under-19 World Cup.
Short, he's gone on the pull. Oh, that's a superb catch. What a catch by the youngster. He's just put one down and he's taken a blunder in the deep now.
Yeah, never easy because he was just standing by the boundary ropes. Quick reaction and nicely balanced. It was a short ball. And he played the shot quite nicely, but then again, it's a fantastic catch. It's going away from Madhvera. It's to jump and pull it out of thin air. Mahmudullah gone for 41.
I'm done. ভালো আছি ভালো আরে
আকাশের ঠিকানায় দিলটাও দিও।
এটা কোনো ব্যাপার না ডার্লিং। লেটস সি।
আপনার আকাশের বিল দিন যে কোনো মোবাইল ওয়ালেট অথবা ডেবিট বা ক্রেডিট কার্ডে 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Mohamed Muthan joins Tamim out in the middle, 29 years of age, 550s in this format. He batted beautifully a couple of days ago. This is why he's there. Short ball pulled firmly. He hit it flat, hard, and look at that. He just plucked it out the sky. What a brilliant catch. And that's his first wicket. He's on debut. First ODI wicket. Well done, Chuma. Very good fielding out in the deep there. Tough after putting one down at backward point. It was also a tough chance and he got a second opportunity. Called for the second run. Is he going to come? No, he's not. There he is, Madhvere. Brilliant fielder. Brilliant with the bat. Brilliant with the ball as well. So real fun for Zimbabwe.
Yeah, this is turning out to be a very good over from Shuma. The batsman's strike rate 175. That's where they have bowled. Whenever they have bowled in the slot, it has gone. The distance also short. So don't bowl short pitch deliveries. 162. That is a very high percentage. What is good is the length ball. That's where you see that 36.8%. So hardly any runs there.
Oh, he smashed this one through extra cover. He's not holding back. He's still going strong. End of the over, 263 for 4.
That is a gorgeous looking shot from Tamim. Simply beautiful. Wow factor there.
পরিবেশটা সুন্দর না? কি কোনো হইচই আছে?
পরিবেশটা খুব সুন্দর, শুধু আমার খেলাটা ঝিরছিল।
এই যে
এখানেও আকাশ।
আকাশ কি শুধু তোমার ঢাকার? আকাশ সবার।
যে কোনো জায়গায় 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Raza, he's going to continue. There is the slot ball, and that has hit the middle of that bat. Cat doesn't get any better. What a player, Tamim. His partner cleverly knocks the one on the leg side. Tamim, is he going to take him on again here? 7 overs, just under 7 overs to go. In an over minimum, I would think, from here.
Very much possible. And I think it's a possibility once Tamim Iqbal is there. Top score by any Bangladesh batsman in Bangladesh belongs to Tamim Iqbal. And I'll share a nice little story. I met him, I came across him after that test match. And I just mentioned that you were looking so good when you got dismissed of scoring 41 in that test match. And the instant reply from Tamim Iqbal was, there's something big coming up, so be patient. That's what he told me at the end of the test match. And this just shows how confident he was after having a good look at the bowlers and the opposition. And he knew that if he can get a good start in, he can come with a bang. And he's exactly done that in this second ODI, 146 in 127 deliveries, still batting. And if he can back that up until the end of the 50th over, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes across 200. We'll have to wait and see.
That should be wide, yeah. Absolutely. And in the press, Neil McKenzie talked about, just be patient with him. He's a class player, he trains hard, he's the fittest he's ever been. Practices just as hard as he ever has, so he's still got it, that's for sure. Bowling slower and slower is Raza, and that's quite clever. No pace on the ball to hit through the line. The batsmen are going to put the pace on it, hit it out to the cover sweeper. Clever bowling at the moment from him.
Every time Tamim Iqbal goes on to bat, people expect 100 from him. Got to also take into account the opposition you're playing against, the kind of delivery that a batsman gets dismissed. Off, that's gone to the boundary. Such a lovely piece of timing, this time from the bat of Mohammad Mithun.
It's gone short, slow, set up, asked to be hit. He's bisected the two leg side fielders. It's really let him down. He's trying to bowl all sorts out there. Off spin, leg spin. Erring in his length. Doesn't matter what you bowl. Off spinner, he's trying to go big. Has he got the distance? Oh yes. All the way for 6. 15 from it. 278 for 4.
আকাশ লাইভ এখন মাত্র 249 টাকা।
20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
আকাশ লাইভ এখন মাত্র 249 টাকা।
20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
The run rate has shot up to 12.17 in the last 36 balls. What a turnaround. This is the last ball of the last over. It was pitched up and he thumped it back right over the bowler's head and sailed away for the maximum. On marauding mood, the two batsmen in the middle. Tamim Iqbal, 147, 148 now with that single. Mohammad Mithun has decided he's going to go for it right from the word go. 13 of 5 balls. And at the moment, under the cosh, the Zimbabwean bowlers, very difficult when the batsmen are in this frame of mind to try just contain them. A change of pace, a change of line. You've got to keep on trying as a bowling unit. 33 fours, 3 sixes in the innings so far. Nice little tuck away. Difficult times ahead for the Zimbabweans, you know.
Yeah, it looks like Bangladesh, if they carry on in this manner, definitely surpass their highest total they got in that last one-day international 2 days ago, 321. 6.32, which is the current rate, will get them to 316. They'll be a lot happier with 8+. Take them to 325.
I like the way Tamim Iqbal at times makes it seem a little awkward, but the execution of the shot is to actually where he wants it to be. There he is. He would have wanted that, the one he was shying. But look at this, at last minute adjustment because of that height. And slowly swivels around, maybe a little off balance, but he was keeping his eyes on the ball. That was imperative. Seeing the ball as big as a football now, and with Mithun at the other end joining in the fun, it's tough for these guys. And once again he swivels round but does not get the meaty part of the bat. Tamim Iqbal playing great guns here. Top scores in ODIs. Tamim 2009, Zimbabwe 154. He's catching up fast with that in 2020. Lots of years in between, but he's still there at 149. Well done.
It's well bowled by Carlton Chuma, and you can see they're deliberately trying to dig that ball in. Tamim's top scores in ODIs. Bangladesh's top scores in ODIs. Tamim at the top two today, 149 not out. You'll expect that he'll eclipse at 154. Highest score, which is against Zimbabwe in Bulawayo, 2009.
Waits on that one, swivels round, gets to his 150. Well played. He needs to carry on. Appreciated by his teammates, and over number 45 completed. 283 for 4.
কি দেখো?
আকাশটা কি ঝকঝকে পরিষ্কার।
তাই দেখি দেখি। ও হ্যাঁ, 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি চ্যানেল সহ দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা।
কি? তুমি না।
এই চলো না একটা রোমান্টিক মুভি দেখে ফেলি।
চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
5 overs to go in this Bangladesh innings. They're happy. Why not? Because the local team are dominating, dictating terms. Going to be a lot of thinking going on from the skipper, the stand-in skipper, Sean Williams, and trying to guide his bowlers and try and ensure that the Bangladeshis don't run amok. Already in the driving seat, already looking at reaching, possibly eclipsing the highest score they scored a couple of days back against Zimbabwe. All on the cards because Tamim Iqbal is sitting pretty at 150 of 132, and he's on strike now. Worries for Karl Mumba coming in from the far end. Look at the projected scores. 8 will take them past that 321. There are 6 fielders outside the 30-yard circle. By rule, you can only have 5 in the last 10 overs, the third phase of power play. He throws his bat at it, swivels round, fly away birdie, over the top for the maximum. Marvelous shot.
Zimbabwean bowlers deliberately going short. Tamim's expecting it. It's angled down the leg side, and all he has to do really is just help it on its way. It's just gone over the boundary, but that's more than enough. Takes Shamim to 156 from just 133 balls. the highest score in one-day international cricket by a Bangladesh batsman.
Well, he's not going to be worried about that fact. I'm sure he realizes that he must have reached a landmark of sorts, but I just feel that he's going to keep on going his merry way. Confirmation of that. 2020, Tamim Iqbal here in Sylhet versus Zimbabwe, 156 and still going strong. Lots of worries for the fielding unit. Every time a ball is put away to the boundary, Don Williams comes across and talks to his bowler. They haven't really been able to contain the batting through some slower bowling. It's just that long hops, freebies offered. Tamim Iqbal and Mithun are not going to miss out on those. He reaches for that, stands his ground and tries a swipe at it. So it gets underneath his bat. That's a good ball, Whitish Yorker.
And that's well bowled. It was a little bit slower as well.
Mumba under pressure. This time he does latch onto it, threads that gap, and it's going to be touch and go. Whoa! And oh dear! Despite all that effort, the sparing effort, and it's gone and trickled after deflecting off his hands into the boundary. Or did it? They're going to have a look at that. Did he say it didn't go through? The umpires are going to have another look at it.
He did all the hard work, that Donald Tiripano, in getting there. And, well, from that angle, it looks like it's very, very close to that advertising triangle.
Has given us 2 runs. Well done. I thought it just guessed that advertising triangle. Another wide. That's going to be signaled a wide. Yeah. He's trying to bowl it far away, extending his arms umpire.
I think he's got the right idea. Try and get those full wide Yorkers in. That occasion just a little too wide from Karl Mumba. Most runs against Zimbabwe, Tamim Iqbal Khan. Gale's Chris Gale, 1,556. Gale, 1,549.
Smashes that, and it's going straight to the fielder, just inside. He's got it. Well, a superlative innings comes to an end. Tamim Iqbal can be happy with what he has achieved so far. High score ever for Bangladesh, and it's been a fantastic innings to watch.
He's lucky to get away with this one, I think. Karl Mumba slightly over pitched in length, and a good catch by Tino Mtobozi on the boundary. They won't mind how Tamim Iqbal goes. They'll be happy to see the back of him. It's been a brilliant innings. 158 from just 136 balls, 292 for 5.
Hasan Miraj, new batsman into his 40th match. He could do with some improvement to those numbers. Just a single 50 so far. He hasn't got too much time to score too many runs, but he will relish the opportunity of the bowlers being under a bit of pressure and help himself to a little bit of a cameo. Slightly behind that and just sauntering through for a single. Well, it's been a delight to watch Tamim Iqbal. An array of shots around the ground.
That was his demise. A couple more meters on that. Put himself another 6. Wasn't to be, but nonetheless, been an absolutely fantastic knock from Tamim Iqbal. Oh, that's going to be a no ball. That certainly looked like it was above waist height to me. And it was confirmed by umpire Paul Rifle.
It's not very sultry and it's not very humid. So I won't give the bowler the excuse that it slipped out of his fingers. Maybe not in control, maybe releasing it a little. Yeah, definitely. Pretty high. So no problems for the square leg umpire to tell the standing umpire, says, got to offer that as a free hit. So compounding the problems here for the Zimbabweans, with an opportunity to do what he wants with this delivery. And he does. Thumps it, but there's a fielder coming around. Even if he catches it, it's not going to be held as a catch. They get a couple of runs. Scamper through. That completes the over. After 46, it's 297 for.
পরিবেশটা সুন্দর না? কি কোনো হইচই আছে?
পরিবেশটা খুব সুন্দর, শুধু আমার খেলাটা ঝিরছে।
এই যে
এখানেও আকাশ।
আকাশ কি শুধু তোমার ঢাকার? আকাশ সবার।
যে কোনো জায়গায় 40টারও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Standout performance by Tamim Iqbal, 158 of 136 balls. His last 50 came in and only 26 deliveries. Really stepped on the gas. Wonderful support from the two stalwarts, Mushfiqur Rahim and Mahmudullah Riyad. And now, with 4 overs to go, we've got Mohammad Mithun on 16, Miraj on 3. Going to be Mithun. Looked good. Also joined in the fun when Tamim was batting alongside him. Not been shy of going for the big shots. Puts it around, controlled a shot into the deep for a single.
Expensive. Go to the Zimbabwean bowlers. 6 overs, 44 runs for Arnold to the final. Slow ball. Opportunity for run out. I think he might have just got home, Mohammad Mithun.
Well, that's good work with the foot. The bowler on his follow through did well to go across and side kick in. A little shake of the head. The umpire's gone up to the third umpire for a little check. We're on and see if Mithun has made good his ground. Oh, touch and go. Just at that point, it strikes, and where's the bat? Maybe just inside. It's going to be difficult. Just say, might have a look at from the other side just to confirm thing, or maybe zoom into it from the other side, and just in. I think he's safe. Just over the line. Line belongs to the umpire, but the ball striking. Bale's coming off just as it slides over that line. To reconfirm, umpire's going to have another look. That umpire Kumar Masena from Sri Lanka. Experienced umpire wants to make sure that the right decision is given. 298 for 5. Still a few overs to go. 5 wickets in hand. Bangladesh holding the cards at the moment. Dominating force. To wait for that umpires to have another look at it from 2 angles.
I think it'll be very difficult for third umpire to give that out. The point at which you see the bail lift out of the groove, that frame, to me, shows the batsman has his bat over the line. Of course, it's the inner part of the line. It'll be passed.
And I think it's going to be confirmed as a not out. The cheers go out here at the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium. They have been really enjoying a feast of display of batting. Particularly from Tamim Iqbal, Mahmoodullah Riyad, Mashfiqur Rahim. Cheeky, pays off, and it's a couple of bounces to the boundary. Oh, they can afford to play these innovative shots.
Well executed by Mohammad Mithun, and normally you see batsmen do this when there's a man up in the circle at 45. That man, that fine leg, pretty square, took the chance to make sure he got it fine off him and did exactly that.
Tickle round the corner, waited to a nicety. Look at the lovely timing, and then no need to hit it hard. Help it on its way. Short, and quite getting on top of that one. Goes too quickly. Thought of a second run. Madhaveri once again very sprightly in the deep. What about that? 112 bowls for the first 100, 110 for the second one. And then suddenly they decided we've got to go. Did it in 57 bowls. Once again, call for a second run. They go through. Good calling, good running. Excellent stuff in the middle. Keeping the pressure on the fielders.
This is really good running. They've got the boundaries coming at the same time. So very hungry. So getting the double. They're available. So important to have good running between the wickets throughout the innings, but in particular at this stage. Fielders right back on the boundary. And a dot to finish the 47th over. 9 from it. 306 for 5.
শরীফ ভাই,
হ্যাঁ
ব্যবসা কেমন চলে?
চলে।
লোকজন এত কম কেন?
সব আকাশে। এই জিরজির আর কত দেখবো?
তাহলে তুমিও নাও।
হ্যাঁ।
খরচ কেমন জামাই?
মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা।
এত কমে এত ঝকঝকা ছবি।
আর পছন্দ মতো আকাশ সাজাতে অ্যাড অন প্যাক।
তাই
আপনার সাধ্যের মধ্যে এখন আকাশ লাইট 20টি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 70টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 249 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Well, Bangladesh might just reach their highest ever ODI total, even going at this current rate of 6.51. 3 overs to go. They'll be looking more around the 330, 335 mark. It's on the cards. This is against Zimbabwe only. Yorker Lang, now he's aiming to the offside, ending up on the onside. A little bit of toe-ended shot, but single.
That's the length that he'll want to get. Problem is that you've seen that the scoop shots are something that Mohammad Mithun's going to play. That Yorker length, if you can try and get as many deliveries in that area as possible. Rather see somebody trying to play the scoop, because you've continuously got the Yorker area, opposed to able to hit the ball off for length. Bowled him. Just talking about that Yorker length is the one he's got to strive for. He's done exactly that, and he's castled the new batsman at the crease, Mahiri Hassan Miraj.
Very well thought out delivery. Excellent. Just round the corner. He's outside the line. It's actually showing the leg stump, and it's sneaked in. snuck in behind him and hit timber. That'll ease a lot of the pain that's they've been going through. A wonderful work to send back Mehdi Hassan Miraj for 5, 307 for 6. Well, the captain comes in at the fall of Miraj's wicket. Wonderful numbers, 219 for him, 1786 runs, strike rate of 87.68. 150 in that long career of Mashrafi Mortaza. Is in the middle because of this ball Fuller, and down the leg side. He's trying to glance it away, but it's too far inside the line of the wall, and it's stuck in and hit the leg stump. Some respite for Mumba. Deserved the wicket. He's bowled well. What can the captain do now? Reminder that the highest score ever attained by Bangladesh, 333 against Australia. Not even going for that. Again, Yorker attempted into a low full toss. And with a new batter in, you can expect a little bit of a feel for it from the skipper.
Came in at the end of the innings in the first one-day international as well. Mashrafi, the magic leader. Extremely popular, of course, Mashrafi Mortaza with the Bangladesh cricket fans. A long servant for Bangladesh cricket.
There is no mug with the bat, we all know that, and he can hit the long ball. He's got the long handle, and sure, next two balls he faces are going to be more positive with intent. Well, content to just stroke it down the ground to open his account. Mithun going to go 2 now, 23 off 12. Last ball of the 48. Still that 333, going past that 333 on the cards. But bulk of the work will have to be done by this man, Mohammad Mithun. Been very impressive. Shots have been proper. Have been run rate of 6.44. There he goes, mashes that, and it's gone past the infield. There is some cover in the deep. He gets a single to retain strike. 48 done, 309.
ছাদটা খুব মিস করব, আকাশটাও।
আরে বাসা বদলালেও আকাশ তো আর বদলাবে না। কি
যেখানেই যান আপনার আকাশ সাথে নিয়ে যান। 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Two overs to go in this innings, the second one-day international here at the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium. The crowd is built up as we progress into the day. I'm sure second part of the game we're going to see a lot more people coming in from work, from school, colleges. Mashrafi on one. It's Mithun on strike now. To Donald Tiripana. short, swivels round, and just a bounce to the fielder.
Lucky to get away with that, Donald Tirupano, because there's acres of space between the backward square leg and that fine leg, who's pretty fine. A good 40 meters plus between the two of them. He just got that a couple of meters to the right or the left of register cover, a certain boundary.
Ashrafi swings the bat, swings it high, but it's going straight to the fielder. Oh dear, just didn't have enough wings on that to take it over, and he has to go. Simple catch taken in the deep.
A good catch taken in the deep. And I think Donald Tirupano is lucky to get away with this length delivery. Maybe just pulled it back a bit. But Mashrafi hasn't been at the crease long. That's why he hasn't got a good part of the bat on it. He's got to go. Mashrafi Mortaza, he got just the one. 310 for 7 now, Bangladesh.
Tajul Islam is the new batter, but he'll be at the non-striker's end because the batsmen have crossed over. Mithun on strike. Moves across and exposes his stumps. Once again, there's been a good period of play when the Zimbabweans have managed to take a couple of wickets, stem the flow of runs. It was seeming to go to threatening proportions. We see Tajul Islam, the left-handed batsman, into his 8th match in his career. Well, he's got a best of 39, hasn't got too many balls to play around with, and I'm sure he also will be trying to get some bat on ball, get some more runs in. Has managed to pull it back, the Zimbabweans, in the last couple of overs.
Well, you know his capabilities with the bat. He can strike the ball well. Tajul Islam, as I say, doesn't have much to play around with in terms of deliveries. The 9 left in the innings. Bang! Straight away, it's gone down the throat of the man fielding on the leg side boundary. It's Tino Mtombodzi, who takes a good catch.
Well, Mtombodzi does very well. Once again, Tajul Islam will be a little annoyed with himself. He could have done better with that. At the last moment, at point of strike, was a little awkward in his stance, but once again, a catch well taken in the deep. Not the easiest thing to do, but another wicket falls for Bangladesh. Tajul Islam this time, without bothering the scorers. 311 for 8. Tirupano, a couple of wickets in this over. Can he get some more? Behind that nicely. Again, it was Mithun on strike. Shafil Islam is the new batsman in. 6 runs in the last 11 balls. 3 wickets. What a turnaround. No wonder we call it a funny game. He's in the middle. because Tajul Islam, as we see his figures, Tajul Islam tried to swing one over to the onside. Played a little too late, a little awkwardly, and in the process hold out to Mutambatsi in the deep. Another good catch taken. Oh, that's a beautiful piece of work. Excellent in the field. That is the over. 49 done. 313 for 8.
I'm done. ভালো আছি ভালো আরে
আকাশের ঠিকানায় বিলটাও দিও।
এটা কোনো ব্যাপার না ডার্লিং। লেটস সি।
আপনার আকাশের বিল দিন যে কোনো মোবাইল ওয়ালেট অথবা ডেবিট বা ক্রেডিট কার্ডে। 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল, মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Last over of the innings for Bangladesh. 313 for 8. Karl Mumba to come back. Went for a bit of stick, but got himself a couple of wickets and can fancy himself with a couple more. Bangladesh have lost their way slightly in the fag end of the innings. 3 wickets, 7 runs in the last 12 balls. Shows that Zimbabwe have not given up, taken the catches, done well, diving around in the field. Haven't lost heart. That's good to see. Wide.
It's well bowled. Bit of shape away from the right-hander, but good length wide of the batsman. You're talking about lack of acceleration in these last few overs. Last two, 48th and the 49th, yielded 3 and 4 runs respectively for Bangladesh. The 41st, the 47th, 9 runs off both of them. 46th, 44th, heavy 14 and 15 respectively. Since then, Zimbabwe has tightened the screws towards the back end of this innings. Remember that last over of Chris Mpofu was in the first ODI, went for 22. Yeah, damaged his figures at the end of that game. The credit to the Zimbabwean young bowlers who have done a decent job the last few overs.
Absolutely, and even now Karl Mumba with that wide-ish Yorker attempted and then one that nipped back into the batsman. Full toss now as he strokes that away. I think he missed the opportunity there. His eyes lit up. He saw the full toss, but lots of space. There's a long on, rather wide, deep mid-wicket and nothing behind.
Could have just scooped that over the man at square leg, actually. Suppose 4 balls left in the innings, you're looking to power the ball away. Definitely had an opportunity to get 4 over the man at square leg and keep the strike.
A few long strikes, slices that. It's over the infield. It's going to be a bit of a teaser. No, there's a fielder coming around. Once again, commitment shown in the deep. They have not really fallen apart with that massive amount of runs scored against them and held it together, kept it tight. Support in the field, sensible bowling, and Zimbabwe will be happy with these little things that they've gained in this innings. A lot of more experienced teams tend to fall apart with pressure building from the batsman. Happened for Zim. Goes again, slices it, and it's going to fall safe.
So the last ball of the innings then for Bangladesh. Been another good innings. We all agree that the back end of the innings have not taken care of as well as they did in the first one-day international. 318 for 8 though, they'll be happy with that. 5 off the over so far. Last ball of the innings. Well bowled. Struck nicely down the ground. And it's going to go for 4. Diving effort from Regis Chakaba. Not able to stop that boundary. And takes the total to 322 for 8 at the end of the allotted 50 overs.
And of the last ball.
কি দেখো?
আকাশ থেকে